Yes, this is Warzone Jones, back with another MMA video here. I am reviewing UFC on Fox 4. Shogun versus Brandon Vera was the main event. This card was everything UFC 149 wasn't, and that was great. The whole card was great. All the fights were great. We got somebody got finished on just about every fight. Somebody got finished on every fight. So let's start off with the first fight. We had DeMarcus Johnson versus the returning Mike Quick Swick. This was a pretty good fight. It was a real good fight, actually. Went back and forth. Mike Swick wins via knockout, via grounded pound. As soon as he took DeMarcus Johnson down to the ground, he knocks the man unconscious. He knocks him senseless. So Mike Swick come back with a KO victory. He looked good. He looked in shape. He looked like he could still go and quite possibly make a title run one day. Push for the title. Try to be a title contender. So we'll see where Mike Swick goes from there. Mike Swick wins via KO. The next fight we got was Joe Lanzon versus Jamie Varner, and this was another good fight. Another good fight we got here. It was back and forth. The fight went about 3 rounds. If I can remember correctly, went about 3 rounds. Joe Lanzon knocks out Jamie, and it was a really good fight. Although he knocked them out, these two guys, they hugged up with each other. After the fight, it was a great fight. Loved this fight. It quite possibly was a match still, to be honest with you. Fight of the night, quite possible, maybe. Matter of fact, I wouldn't say that, because that was another fight that was better than that. But I'll get to that later. Next, we get the co-main event. Co-main event was none other than Brian Bader versus the Dragon, Lyoto Machida. And Lyoto Machida here, this was all Lyoto Machida. I had predicted that he was going to win, and that's exactly what he did. He won via KO. So we got a lot of KOs tonight. A lot of people got knocked out tonight. Brian Bader comes charging in like a bull, and basically Lyoto Machida does what he does best. He countered his ass, knocks him out, hit him with that hard right, lays him out. Brian Bader goes tumbling down and goes down the ladder. And by the way, Lyoto Machida, he's the guy who gets the world title shot because he's the one who looked the most impressive out of all the main events. So, it looks like we're going to get either Lyoto Machida versus either John Jones or Dan Henderson. We'll see. Next, the main event, we got Shogun Rua versus Brandon the Truth Vera. And I gotta say, I just became a bigger fan of Brandon Vera, despite the fact that Shogun won this fight by KO. Because I wasn't really too high on Brandon Vera. This fight was more competitive than what I thought it was. Shogun didn't beat Brandon Vera easy. Matter of fact, Shogun actually tired out again. He tired out. Although he tired out, this fight, this was a war. It was a back and forth war. Shogun did not beat Brandon Vera easily, and Brandon Vera, he wasn't going. He wasn't going to let him beat him that easy. This was a back and forth fight. This was a really good fight, a war. Not as good as war as his war with Dan Henderson, or Shogun war with Dan Henderson, but it was still a pretty good war nonetheless. Shogun wins this hard-fought fight, but he doesn't get the title shot because Lyoto Machida gets the title shot. He the one who looks the most impressive, and he basically beat Lyoto Machida beat Brian Bader easy. He just beat him easy, and Shogun had to he had to dig deep because it was a war. But Lyoto Machida, he won his fight easily. So that's all I got to say about this card. This was a great card. If you missed it, well, that's your damn fault. If you missed it, I hope you recorded it, because this was everything that UFC 149 wasn't, and that is good. So, this is Warzone Jones. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Don't be afraid to click it. Deuces, I'm out.